Wednesday, February 11th, 2026, AGNDD IntelliReport topic. James Van Der Beek, teenage heartthrob of Dawson's Creek, dies at 48. Please pardon any visual and informational inaccuracies in this partially AI-generated article-based video. James Van Der Beek, teenage heartthrob of Dawson's Creek, dies at 48. He first appeared in a hit TV drama as a wide-eyed 15-year-old who then grew up over 6 seasons. He announced he had cancer in 2024. By Anita Gates, February 11, 2026, updated 5:40 p.m. E2. James Van Der Beek, the golden-haired actor who starred as a coastal town teenager facing the onslaught of first love and first sex in Dawson's Creek, a popular turn-of-the-millennium TV drama series, died on Wednesday. He was 48. The death was announced in an Instagram post from his official account. Mr. Van Der Beek revealed that he had colorectal cancer in November 2024. The post did not say where he died. When Dawson's Creek began in 1998, Mr. Van Der Beek was its 15-year-old protagonist, Dawson Leary, a wide-eyed, fresh-faced high school sophomore and seemingly perennial virgin. An aspiring filmmaker, Dawson was too sensitive, vulnerable, and self-involved for his own good, and like all of the show's unflappable teenage characters, he was articulate beyond his years. "Why is my mere presence suddenly a detriment to your happiness?" he asked one boy in Season 2. He knew, he said, the unyielding, merciless torture of unrequited love. To his best male friend, he gave impossibly mature relationship advice. "The only thing you can really do is make sure that the time she spends with you is as stress-free as possible." Kevin Williamson, the series creator, admitted to The Hollywood Reporter in 2018 that the young characters in the show were a little stylized in the way they talk, but with good reason. It was all about the behavior, what they're trying to say. Karen James, reviewing the show in the New York Times on its debut on the WB network, praised the characters' sophisticated awareness. Some critics were offended by the show's frank treatment of sexuality, however, and at least one major corporation, Procter & Gamble, changed its mind about being a co-producer, much less a sponsor. WB, only 3 years old at the time, was catapulted to success by the show's enormous popularity, particularly among its teenage demographic. When the series ended, 6 seasons later, Dawson, in a case of art imitating life, was a successful, sexually confident college dropout with his own hit TV series. Mr. Van Der Beek was all of 26. Later, he found himself reflecting on the little indignities that had accompanied all that fame. Asked in 2023 what advice he would give his younger self, he said on Good Morning America, choosing to be philosophical, "Don't be surprised if 6 years of work gets reduced to a 3-second gif of you crying," adding, "It's all good." James David Van Der Beek was born on March 8, 1977 in Cheshire, Connemara, north of New Haven. He was the eldest of 3 children of Melinda Weber Van Der Beek, a dancer and gymnastics teacher, and James William Van Der Beek, a telephone company executive. James, who acted in school productions, was 15 when he asked his mother to drive him into New York City to find an agent. A year or so later, he made his New York stage debut in Sand, an evening of 3 one-act Edward Albee plays directed by Mr. Albee and presented by the Signature Theatre Company. David Richards, the Times chief theater critic at the time, found the young actor refreshingly unself-conscious. Vincent Canby, also writing in the Times, praised the production's excellent cast, most notably, if only because he really is 16, James Van Der Beek, who plays the boy with the comic ease of someone with 20 years' experience on stage. James made his film debut as a high school bully in Angus, 1995, while still attending high school at Cheshire Academy. That same year, he appeared in the musical Shenandoah at the Goodspeed Opera House in East Haddam, Connon. In 1997, he was studying English at Drew University in New Jersey when he played a disturbed teenager under the care of an equally disturbed psychiatrist in Nikki Silver's off-Broadway comedy My Marriage to Ernest Borgnine. He dropped out of college that year when Dawson's Creek came along. While the series was on the air, he played a high school football player in the coming-of-age movie Varsity Blues, 1999, himself in the Kevin Smith comedy Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, 2001, and a bitter, promiscuous, drug-dealing college student in The Rules of Attraction, 2002, a dark comedy based on a Bret Easton Ellis novel. After Dawson's Creek ended, Mr. Vanderbeek was in primetime demand as a womanizing doctor on NBC's Mercy, 2010, a smart aleck doctor on Friends with Better Lives, 2014, an FBI field agent on the spin-off CSI Cyber, 2015-16, a superstar DJ in What Would Diplo Do, 2017, and a cocaine-snorting bad guy in the first season of Ryan Murphy's Pose, 2018. In all 26 episodes of Don't Trust the Bee ___ in Apartment 23, 2012-13, he played a version of James Vanderbeek plagued by even more Dawson's Creek fans than in real life. He also garnered film roles, including co-starring in Backwards, 2012, a romance centered on an Olympic rower played by Sarah Megan Thomas. His final screen appearance was in the movie Sidelined 2, Intercepted, a 2025 sequel to Sidelined, The QB and Me, 2024, a sports romance comedy. His final stage appearance in 2013 was in The Gift at the Geffen Playhouse in Los Angeles, about married couples at a Caribbean resort. Last September, the cast of Dawson's Creek reunited for a one-night charity event on Broadway to help raise awareness of cancer and to show support for Mr. Vanderbeek. Appearing at the Richard Rodgers Theater, they staged a reading of the pilot script for the show, with Lin-Manuel Miranda filling in for Mr. Vanderbeek, who could not attend because of illness. He appeared on screen in a video message to the audience. Mr. Vanderbeek married Heather McComb, an actress, in 2003. Their divorce became final in 2010, shortly before he married Kimberly Brook, a business consultant with whom he had 6 children. Survivors include his wife and their children, Olivia, Joshua, Annabelle, Amelia, Gwendolyn, and Jeremiah. Mr. Vanderbeek spoke about his acting career in a 2013 interview with HuffPost, saying that he had learned early on to go in and be completely open and just jump in with both feet. He added, "Everything you do belongs to the audience ultimately." Comments. A. NYC. 5 hours ago, I'm grateful that in this moment of mourning a male heartthrob, there has been no news to report that tarnished his reputation and persona. While I've seen almost none of his work, he was clearly enjoyed, admired, and respected by so many. Condolences to his family and friends. Seems like he was a good man. Davy Jones, Wisconsin, 5H ago. Rest in peace, James, and know you had a legion of fans. We loved the show, the characters, the music. It was a terrific show for the time it was on. Scratching Us, 5 hours ago. I've only really seen him in Varsity Blues, but that was enough to know that JVDB had huge talent. Fans of film or casual observers often have opinions or views of celebrities that aren't necessarily reality-based. Having said that, JVDB appeared to be a very good guy, a family guy who, with his wife, moved his family away from the LA glitz to provide a more normal, less Hollywood lifestyle, an actor who put in the work and was successful on merit. To his family, I'm so sorry for your loss. Peace to you. Joe, Melbourne, 5 hours ago. I wrote The Gift, in which James played his last theater role. He was so immensely skilled, so intelligent and charismatic. But amongst the thousands of actors I've worked with across my writing life, he stood out for his lovely nature, his wit, and humility. I'm so sad. UN Owen, NYC, 5 hours ago. Speaking as a millennial close to 40, Dawson's Creek was a pivotal part of my adolescence in the early 2000s. It was a pleasure seeing James Vanderbeek appear in so many other roles over the years and carve out a place for himself in pop culture. But for me, he'll always be Dawson. Nickel, NY, 5 hours ago? My heart is broken. James was such a pivotal part of the adolescent experience for elder millennials. I can remember calling my girlfriends on the landline during commercial breaks to discuss the drama on the show. All of us will love him forever. Lauren, Becklin, 4 hours ago. I loved Dawson's Creek as much as humanly possible while I was in high school. It meant everything to me. This is devastating. I am so sorry, James. You deserve to live to be an old man surrounded by your beautiful and beloved family. Much love to all those who knew James, loved James, or like me, was just a hugely devoted fan. Richard, New Brunswick, New Jersey. 4 hours ago, I liked his performance in Don't Trust the Bee ____ in Apartment 23. That was a very funny, edgy comedy that I don't think was appreciated. His co-stars in it were very good too. Britt, Texas. 4 hours ago. At Richard, this show was brilliant, and so was he. He played a goofy, heightened version of himself, poking fun at himself. What a delight it was. Seaman, Kenosha. 4 hours ago. I must check on my daughter. She was a huge fan. We watched Angus together along with her 2 brothers back when it was released and wished I had named her brother Angus, but I digress. Mr. Beek played his role so well that we all thought he was a real tool. A few years later, I go into her bedroom and Beek's face is all over the walls. So young, so sad for his survivors, including my daughter. JP, San Antonio, Tex. 3 hours ago. My senior year of high school, my best friend and I would cut class and go watch Dawson's Creek reruns from her DVD box set collection. Almost 20 years later, we are married with 3 kids. Our youngest is named Pacey. James Beek represented the innocence and earnest optimism of a generation. He will be missed. R.I.P.
Thank you for watching this AGNDD Intelli Report, dear viewers. Please like, subscribe, and click the bell button to get notified during new uploads. And make sure to tune in next time. Stay safe and healthy. Cheers!